Hi members, just a quick update on what we've been up to over the last week, and also a bit of discussion on what we're looking to achieve next week on the golf course. This week was the short week, the Queen's birthday on the Monday, and the Monday's a really crucial day for the team. That's when we have the midday start, which allows us to do the bulk of our spraying and any kind of maintenance practices that we know are going to be kind of problematic with play. So to lose that is always a challenge resourcing wise, but we still managed to get through quite a good workload this week with the reduction in cutting due to the cooler temperatures. Probably the key projects to highlight are the kind of consistent water feature that we've had on the right hand side of the 10th green surround. That is a blocked pipe. There's two pits on the right hand side of that surround in the rough there that are linked by a pipe that carries the water away from that problematic area. Now that is completely blocked with tree roots and silt. We have tried to pressure wash that out and use the existing pipe, but unfortunately it's to the point now where we need to put a new line in. So Mark, the superintendent, Mark Wood, has done a really good job with Sam Rose, one of the course foremen, in leading that project, and plenty of support by other members of the team to get that trench dug, the new line in, new drainage line in, some aggregate stone for the water to filter through into that pipe work, and then obviously out of that problematic area. So that's a good one to have ticked off because it has been there and lingered there since the heavy rains. We managed to get pre-emergent out on the problematic areas, high traffic areas, kind of around greens. And when I talk about those areas, I'm talking about areas like the left of the 17th, where we get a lot of power, the bank between 17 and 10 green, again another problematic area for power, around the 13th, around the 9th, around the 1st. So it's a slightly different type of chemical that we use there for power control that would, if we had a rain event, wouldn't have any negative impact on the green. So that has been our week outside of routine maintenance. Going into next week, we've got a really big week ahead, and some really interesting and good projects coming up. The member volunteer group will be here as part of that escarpment project, trial project that we got on the go. So we've got about 300 plants that were delivered this week. They're all at the shed ready to go into the ground. So we'll have I think a group of around 15 to 20 volunteers on the Monday involved in that planting, and they'll be supported by the course team to help get the plants out there, get a little bit of the tools and actually help with that task. So that'll happen on the Monday, which is really exciting to see the trials going to play. From there, the trials, we will watch those trials and assess what plants work, kind of pallets are working in those areas, and then working with the Arboretum Committee. How we advance those trials out into some of the bare areas and expand on that. So yeah, early doors, but certainly looking forward to that process. The driving range warm-up nets continuing to come on and progress. The concrete was all poured last week. It's now at the stage where that formwork is removed, and the actual structure, so the nets, the posts, the hitting mats, the wire mesh for those individual bays, they all get constructed. So we'll see the contractor here working away on those nets as they kind of near completion. So again, another really good one, and an improvement on what we currently had, kind of two old, kind of worn out nets into the 4 bays, much bigger bays. So I'm really looking forward to getting that project complete and then actually get it usable for the members. I think the only other thing really noticeable outside of what I've talked about next week would be foliar spray on the fairways. Now that is almost routine maintenance, but this time of year, the addition of some products that we use to enhance the colour and the fertilizers and the kind of pigment products that we use here certainly give those fairways a pleasing appearance as they kind of go the straw colour that they want to go based on dormancy setting in. And look, it's been great to have this dry weather. You see the trees moving around behind me, lots of wind, but it's certainly cold, and you see the cooch kind of grow much slower and almost go into that semi-dormancy state. So we'll just give the fairways a bit of enhancement, and outside of that, it'll be kind of routine maintenance, and the guys continuing to work through their spot spraying and other tasks on the golf course.